On July 20th, 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong took one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It was the crowning achievement of NASA's Apollo program, sending humans to the moon. But in the shadows, whispers of doubt emerged almost immediately. Could this incredible event have been staged? Could NASA have pulled off one of the most elaborate hoaxes in history? To understand how the moon landing conspiracy theories took root, we must travel back to 1956. This is where Bill Casey, a technical writer working at Rocketdyne, the company behind the mighty F-1 engines that powered the Saturn V rocket, enters the story. Casey wasn't an engineer or a scientist. His role was to compile technical manuals and documents. But his lack of technical expertise didn't stop him from questioning one of humanity's greatest feats. Casey left Rocketdyne in 1963, years before Apollo 11 would make its historic journey. But in 1976, he published a book that would change everything. We Never Went to the Moon. America's $30 billion swindle wasn't just a book. It was a lightning rod that sparked one of the longest-lasting conspiracy theories in modern history. In his book, Casey argued that the chances of successfully landing on the moon were astronomically low. He pegged them at just 0.0017%. He claimed it would be far easier and less risky for NASA to fake the moon landings on a soundstage than to actually attempt them under the intense scrutiny of the world, especially with the Soviet Union watching every move. This theory emerged at a time when the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a bitter cold war. The space race was more than just a scientific endeavor. It was a powerful symbol of national superiority. To Casey, it made sense that NASA might want to fake it till they made it. But could it really have been possible to deceive the world, including the Soviets? Casey wasn't alone for long. In 1980, the Flat Earth Society, yes, that Flat Earth Society, joined the discussion. They took the theory to another level, claiming the entire moon landing was a production orchestrated by none other than Hollywood. According to them, Walt Disney himself sponsored the project. Stanley Kubrick, the brilliant mind behind 2001. A Space Odyssey, directed it, and Arthur C. Clarke, famous for his science fiction, wrote the script. It sounds bizarre, doesn't it? But to some, the idea that Hollywood masterminds could create a realistic moon landing was plausible. Kubrick's attention to detail, Clarke's imaginative storytelling, and Disney's flair for the dramatic seemed to make a perfect trio for pulling off such a massive hoax. The belief in a staged moon landing was further fueled by pop culture. In 1978, a film called Capricorn 1 told the story of a Mars landing that was faked by the government. The spacecraft in the movie? Strikingly similar to the Apollo lander. Folklorist Linda Degg suggests that the film's eerie resemblance to the Apollo missions may have given new life to the hoax theories. Remember, this was a time when the public's trust in government was at an all-time low. The Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, both had shattered the faith of millions in what their leaders were telling them. In an era of widespread disillusionment, it wasn't just the moon landing that was questioned. It was everything. As early as December 1968, when Apollo 8 orbited the moon, conspiracy whispers had already begun. Historian Andrew Chaikin, in his book A Man on the Moon, recounts how even with the overwhelming evidence of Apollo 8's success, some people simply refuse to believe it. But why do people believe in these theories? Folklorists and psychologists believe it stems from a deep distrust of authority. For some, it's more comforting to believe that hidden forces control the world, rather than accepting that monumental achievements like the moon landing are the result of human ingenuity. As Linda Degg points out, the media plays a key role in amplifying these half-truths, giving them a life of their own. And now, in the internet age, these ideas are more alive than ever. Videos, forums, and websites lives on, fed by the human desire for mystery and the unknown. At its core, the moon landing represents one of humankind's most inspiring achievements. But it also reveals something deeper about our nature, the way we approach wonder and doubt. While most of us marvel at the great accomplishments of science and technology, a few of us will always ask, what if it's all a lie? Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and